That man said Rwanda, Congo, Mali. Fuck off. That man said, nah, you're not French, bro.
Still calling shots like I'm giving out samples. And in bed, all these shoes on my feet are old school Italians like Totti and Del Piero. I'm usually drunk.
Guys, this is your boy Shrimp. Welcome back to Prem Bison. Today, we've got a bit of a light-hearted video for you guys. Before we get in the video, all the listeners, drop a 5-star review. Follow the podcast on Spotify as well. And YouTube, guys, make sure to like, subscribe. You already know, comment. And let's get into the video.
Tell me the problem, make man be the trending topic.
The first segment we're going to do is just a bit of fun, little icebreaker. Call it Freak of the Week.
She is a freak of the week.
I'll just go through some of the guys that I think just took huge L's. But the first Freak of the Week is Thierry Henry. My dog Henry, you know. Obviously, you guys probably know he's at CBS. With Kate Abdul, Michael Richards, Jamie Carragher. Them guys, by the way, they're too funny. They're by far the best pundits in the game. They're so funny. They actually have good ball knowledge as well. Obviously, Henry and Jamie Carragher. I know people talk about celebration police, but you know, aside from that, he's a very good pundit. Henry will always tell you something new. He claims, obviously, I got it from Pep, but deep down, he's a very, very smart guy. And that man were talking about, that man brought up a clip of Kate Abdul from 2007. Obviously, because Lamine Yamal, I think that's when he was born or something. He was born in 2007. They brought up a clip of Kate Abdul. And TT, bro, he fell in love, bro. He had his mouth wide open. He was gaping, like. He was shook, bro. He fell in love, bro. He wasn't even trying to hide it. He lost all composure, you know. Big Henry. You know, clinical striker. Best striker in the Premier League. Lost all composure. And look, what kills me is Kate's just so embarrassed, bro. She got her head in her hands, her head on the desk. Mike is just laughing, bro. He's got the get back, bro. He's getting his revenge. She kills him in all the intros, and he's like, oh no, I'm getting the get back today. And Mike and Jamie, they're just dying laughing. I'll put the clip on, obviously. Well, I'll probably not put the clip. I'll put a still of his face. I have to get that on. It's too funny, bro. He's just, they roll the footage. He's just staring at them. Mike and Jamie are laughing. He's just staring at Kate, bro. He's in love, bro. The camera, they got his ass in 4K. They got his ass, man. You know what kills me is he said, roll it again, bro. Man said wheel it up on live TV, you know, it's big CBS, you know, American TV. Man said roll it again, please roll it again. He was dying, bro. Nah, he has to be biggest joke man of the week. Cause how can you lose your composure like that, you know? Big Thierry Henry. Nah, he's too funny. Come on, he has to. Come on, they've been trying to hide. That's the biggest love story of all of football. Come on, Henry and Abdul, bro. Henry and Kate, man. He's trying to hide it. So he's not even trying to hide it at this point, bro. We know he's in love with her, but come on, bro. How can you lose composure like that? He's definitely the freak of the week. The other one as well, a bit more serious, is Thomas Tuchel and the Bayern. The guys in charge of Bayern, they're wild lads, bro. They're such idiots, bro. Because Thomas Tuchel's going to leave Bayern at the end of the season. Romano said he's going to leave. That man was talking after the Bochum game at the weekend. They lost, and Romano was saying, "Oh, you know, the Bayern hierarchy. We trust in Tuchel. We're going to keep him." And now they're saying he's going to leave at the end of the season. They felt the pressure and said, "No, you know what? We don't care. We're just going to say he's going to leave." They're clearly scared of the media pressure. You can tell it's getting to him and the players. In my opinion, they should have never set Nagelsmann, bro. He was doing so well for them. And like you could see at the project, okay, it wasn't, you know, he had a bit of, you know, the team had a bit of bad form just before he got sacked, but they were still in the Champions League. They were, I think, 1 point behind Dortmund. They were still doing well. They had no reason to sack him. I get that the standards are high at Bayern, but you know, you can clearly see he was a young manager. He was a project manager, and they just didn't back him. They put trust in Tuchel. They thought, oh, you know, Tuchel, you won the Champions League with Chelsea. Well, let's just put him in. You know, let's try to just win the Champions League or win the Bundesliga. And they won it, but it wasn't really them winning it. It wasn't like they went crazy. It was literally just Dortmund fell off. Dortmund literally just gave them the league. They bottled it on the last day as usual. And it wasn't like Bayern played well, and Bayern just somehow managed to win the Bundesliga. They should won it. They barely won it, bro. I think Nagelsmann would have won the Bundesliga anyway. They brought in Tuchel, and all he's done is win the Bundesliga. And now, they're 1-0 down at Lazio. They'll probably win that tie anyway, but they're not going to win the Bundesliga. Definitely not. Boys, Leverkusen, 8 points. I think at the time recording, 8 points. Come on, we have to win it. We have to win it now. We've never won it. Xabi Alonso, my dog. I know he's a Liverpool player. I don't care. He's baller, big baller. I hope they better not. If he goes to Bayern, bro, I'll be fuming. At least if you're gonna go, at least if you're gonna leave Leverkusen now, which I think he should stay. To be honest, I'd rather he stayed. Obviously, I think it'd be better for him if he did stay and just build up his like experience and legacy before taking that big step up to a Liverpool or Real Madrid or whatever. I'd rather he stayed, but if you are going to leave, at least go Liverpool where you've got top players, you've got good structure, you've got a club that's been very successful these past 5-7 years under Klopp. What you'd much rather go Liverpool than go Bayern, which is literally a mess. The players, they've all fallen out. So half the players have fallen out of Tuchel, apparently, according to reports, and the other half haven't. He's fallen out of Kimmich and De Ligt. Kimmich was the golden boy at Bayern. When they won the Sextuple, they were winning and they won the Champions League. When they had Lewandowski, Kimmich was the guy. Everyone was saying, "Oh, future Germany captain, future Bayern captain," and he has actually been captain of Bayern when Neuer was injured because of his skiing accident. Neuer was injured. Kimmich was the captain, and he's rated very highly at Bayern. He's rated very highly in Germany, very liked. But he's Tuchel's managed to fall out of him. You could see he was crying on the weekend when he got substituted off. He's fuming. He's been rotating him. He's not guaranteed starter, which is really shocking of a player of Kimmich's quality. And De Ligt as well. He brought in Eric Dyer, bro. That bomb Eric Dyer, man. Oh, he stinks, bro. He just basically literally kicked De Ligt out the team and said, "Oh, I'm going to bring Eric Dyer." Because they already had Upamecano, Kim and Jay. They brought in Dyer because they let go of Stanisic and Lucas Hernandez in the summer. They were like, "Oh, we need a centre-back just in case someone gets injured." And they brought in Eric Dyer, and he played Eric Dyer over De Ligt, and you saw what happened against Leverkusen. You saw what happened. He was so stinky. And the problem with Tuchel is he's just fallen out. He's fallen out the players, and then he's had to go back to them. He's benched Kimmich, then the team did shit, and now he's playing Kimmich, and then he stopped shooting him off, and then he's playing him the full 90. And De Ligt, he was brought in a few seasons ago, and people thought he was going to be that guy, and then now he's just put him on the bench. Then he's bringing him on, then he's starting him, and he doesn't know. He doesn't seem to know his best lineup as well. I think the most important thing with him is they didn't sign João Palhinha. He can clearly see the team he'd built. He wanted that number 6. He's been so grumpy to German media saying, "Oh, I need a number 6. I want a new number 6. We don't have a good enough number 6." He clearly doesn't rate Kimmich for whatever reason. He doesn't rate Kimmich. He wanted a João Palhinha or like a Declan Rice or a good number 6. I don't know why he doesn't want Kimmich. He just doesn't. He wanted Palhinha, and they didn't get him, and you can see it's cost him his job, bro. Because their midfield is just not like it looks very, very shaky, bro. He's playing Pavlovic. He's literally playing anyone. He's playing Rafa Guerrero there. Their midfield is just so shaky, and you can see the impact of not getting a João Palhinha. And when you lose the dressing room, you're not playing good football. And you can see now even Harry Kane's stopped turning up. The Champions League, he thought he was a number 10. Bro thinks he's Messi, bro. He's dropping deep, trying to ping balls out wide to Musiala and make Musiala start playing like Sterling and running, taking on his fullback. That's not Musiala's game. Musiala's not a left winger. He's only playing left wing because Coleman's injured. Kane should know that Musiala's best position is as the 10. He should be getting in the box as a number 9. He doesn't need to always keep dropping deep, bro. I'm sick and tired of Kane dropping deep. Everyone always gives him praise. Don't get twisted. Harry Kane is a very good footballer. He's good enough to play as that number 10 and drop deep, but he does it too much. He always does it in these big games as well. It's so annoying. He does it for England so much. It's like, okay, you know, I get it. You want to be on the ball, but we need you in the box because what happens when, I don't know, Musiala gets past his winger and then puts across in the box and you're not there because you're not quick, bro. Like, you can do that number 10 role, but you're not quick enough to get back in the box. Like, the worst part about it is he does it like so much. It's become so predictable, bro. Like, in that Lazio game, he was just constantly dropping deep, and the Lazio players knew all he was going to do was just drop deep and then just pass to Musiala, pass to Sane. So they just had a player in front of them just intercept the pass all the time, and it just put Bayern under so much pressure. And, you know, even now you've seen even Harry Kane's not turning up for them. He got his goal on the weekend, but it was a tap-in, you know, and they were 3-1 down for a red card. The game was literally done. It was literally right at the end of the game. That's not when we need you, bro. They needed you when they were 1-0 up, trying to make it 2-0, and you had a great chance, 1-on-1. You didn't get it on target when you had Muller right next to you. You know, you don't turn up in the big games, Kane. You're actually a bottler, like, genuinely. I hope you win. I hope you win the Bundesliga. Or actually, don't. That's a lie. I hope you win the Champions League. I hope you win something, bro. Because, can't lie, this bottling thing, I was actually thinking, oh, you know, he's going to prove everyone wrong. He's going to win the Champions League. He's going to, you know, prove that he's not the bottler. And because we've seen how many Spurs players have left Tottenham and, you know, won things. Literally all of them. Eriksen literally won the fucking Carabao Cup last year. You know, Poch could win the fucking Carabao Cup this year, which we're going to speak about later. But we've seen so many Spurs players leave, so we thought, oh, you know, maybe it's a Spurs thing. Maybe Kane's actually a good player. He is a good player, but maybe he's going to turn up in the big games. But nah, he's such a bottler, bro. Great player, one of the best players of our generation. But at the end of the day, if you don't win trophies, like, you can only be rated so highly. And you can see but back to Tuchel though, you can see it's just been a complete disaster move. He's fallen out of everyone. He's left the club in a mess, bro. And the thing with Bayern as well, they're so talented. The squad is actually stacked, bro. There's a reason why they were like up there as one of the favourites for the Champions League. They still are, along with Man City and Real Madrid. But, you know, they should really be trying to. At the start of the season, they would have wanted to like make the final, especially with Real Madrid's injuries. They would have wanted to make the final. Now you can barely see them even. If they get past Lazio, if they draw like any half decent team in the Champions League, I can't see them going far. And you can clearly see though with Tuchel, with the Bayern saying that Tuchel's going to leave, you can see they want Xabi Alonso. Bro, get your hands off him. Don't take Xabi Alonso, bro. If Alonso goes there, his career's, I hope he'll probably do well, to be honest, but, you know, it is a high risk move for him because Bayern are just not a stable club, bro, and the pressure at Bayern is just unreal. You know, bear in mind, by the way, this Leverkusen job is Xabi Alonso's first job. He's not an experienced manager. He's done really, really, really well, but he's not an experienced manager. He hasn't managed a team in the Champions League. We don't know how he's going to deal with all this at Bayern, so you can clearly see they're trying to get Xabi Alonso. I hope he doesn't go, but yeah, it looks clear that they want him. But Tuchel, you're definitely the other freak of the week. And, you know, there's one honourable mention I'm going to give. This one is very, very light-hearted, guys. Don't write out for this guy in the comments. Please don't. You can if you want to, but the last freak of the week is Ben Chilwell. Because obviously there was the Burberry London fashion show, like the autumn-winter collection 2024, and they had a lot of like London footballers, like they had all the London football teams like represented, you know, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham. So they had Saka was there, Odegaard was there, Son was obviously there, even Dele Alli was there, Gareth Bale was there as well, I think, and Central was there. You know, there's a lot of celebrities were there, but a lot of footballers were there. Ben Chilwell was one of them. I assume he was there to represent Chelsea. And I know he don't pick the clothes. It's obviously Burberry. They give him the clothes, but they gave him such a shit jumper, bro.
Brother, what's that?
Dirty, bro. Obviously, it's still Burberry. You know, it's still like incredible. I'd love to do it. I know I'll never do it. Me being me, I'm not a model. I'm not built like a model. But it's still sick, but come on, bro. You gone to Burberry, bro. This is like the peak of the peak in terms of fashion, and they just gave him one homeless outfit, bro. They had Saka, Son, Odegaard. They gave all these men fly suits, fly jackets. Even Dele Alli and his missus, he was looking smart in his suit, and Ben Chilwell just looked like he was homeless, bro. Everyone was posting like, oh, Saka, Odegaard, them, and Arsenal fans talk about handsome FC. I cried. Everyone, and Son as well, obviously Son, bro. That hairline, that jawline is, bro, he's too good looking. He's too good looking, Son. And then just Chilwell, bro. No, I didn't see no one mention Chilwell, bro. The only time people mention Chilwell is because he was in that photo with Bale and Odegaard as well. But like, come on, bro, you gotta do better there. It's obviously not his fault. There's nothing you can do about it, but like, come on, bro. No one gave a fuck about your outfit, bro. You're in Burberry and no one cares. But he's the other freak of the week. Now let's get into the serious part of the video. Alright, so the Carabao Cup is this weekend, Sunday. Hopefully, when I've edited it, I've edited this video before then, and it comes out before the final, because we're gonna do some predictions. But if not, then my bad. At least you might not see like my genuine opinion and my genuine predictions. I'm recording this before it. I know you might are probably thinking, oh, I'm just gonna record it after. No, I'm recording before. I'm being honest. And obviously Chelsea Liverpool, another Chelsea Liverpool final. I'll be honest, before we do the predictions, I just want to say, please, YouTube, please give us a good game of football. These men draw a lot, and they lost those 0-0s. I remember a few seasons ago, they were in the Carabao Cup Final and the FA Cup Final, bro. Those 0-0s. They were actually decent games, but like, please, I want to see some goals, bro. This is the final. I just want to see some goals, bro. And for this one, for Chelsea, bro, this is must win for Chelsea, bro. You're 10th in the league, no Europe, especially with their Wembley record, by the way. It's horrendous. They've had 6 straight final losses. I remember when I was younger, bro, they had Drogba. He was scoring every single time at Wembley. Drogba really is like he's the guy at Wembley. That's literally his home. I feel like someone has definitely done judge on Chelsea and Drogba after all them Drogba finals. Probably them Arsenal fans. He did it to Liverpool as well. Even did it to United, bro. He kept scoring, and they've definitely been cursed. Because how can you do 6 straight finals at Wembley, bro? Different teams as well. The teams they lost to as well weren't even like that good. They lost to that mid Arsenal team, bro. That Mikel Arteta's like very first Arsenal team. That man had like fucking Maitland-Niles, Mustafi, and that man had like Saka left wing back, and bro, that team was so bad. That team was getting red cards every single like week. That team was so bad, and they still lost. They lost to that Leicester team, not the Leicester team, one like the Leicester team that wasn't that good. It was a few seasons ago, but they're not losing to the best teams. I think that some of those losses are obviously Liverpool and Man City. You can't really do much there, but the 6 straight final losses is mental. But anyway, this is must win for Chelsea, and particularly Poch. Serial bottler. I have my agenda against Poch will always be there. Unless he wins. If he wins this, it will go. I'll give him his flowers. I'll say well done. I'll apologise for calling him a bottler. Them times at Spurs, all them Spurs fans. I don't even know if they made this final that much Spurs, apart from the Champions League. But he didn't win anything at Spurs with that amazing Spurs team as well. We just spoke about Harry Kane, obviously Son, Dele Alli, Christian Eriksen, Kyle Walker, Trippier. Bro, they had such a good team, bro. They were getting top 4. And they just couldn't win any trophies. And PSG as well. Obviously Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, bro. He made Messi look average, bro. How can you make Messi, bro, the GOAT? How can you make the GOAT average, bro? On my agenda against Poch, bro. And he bought the league as well in his first season. He won it the second season, but come on, bro. To win the league at PSG, bro. Anyone that plays Football Manager could probably win the league at PSG, bro. That team, they're spending like way more money. Their wages are like 10 times bigger than all the other teams in the league. They should win. It's not an achievement to win Ligue 1 with PSG, and they bought the Champions League as well. So he didn't even get them to Champions League final as well with that stacked PSG team. You know, who remembers that transfer window when they bought Wijnaldum, Donnarumma fresh from the Euros as well, Wijnaldum fresh from Liverpool, Hakimi from Inter. He won the league with Inter, and obviously Messi and Sergio Ramos from Real Madrid. Bro, that most of them were on a free as well. We got all them players, all them big players, and just couldn't make it work at all. My agenda against Poch will always be there, bro. He needs to win this to really prove that he is the guy. Because people rate him as a top manager. I personally don't. I don't rate him as highly as everyone else. I think he's fairly mid, but you know, if he wins this, he'll prove me wrong. I'll hold my hands up. But for Liverpool, it's less so. Obviously, they do still want to win. You know, they Klopp's last season. Obviously, they out with the fans. You can celebrate at Wembley. You know, they want to end on a high. Obviously, they're talking about going quadruple. Probably not going to get that. That's probably a bit too far. But you know, if they win this, you know, all of a sudden, you know, it could spur them on for the rest of the season. And you know, obviously they want to win. It's Wembley. The fans want to win. You know, coming down from Liverpool, it's a good day out for the fans. They're in a good mood. He'll want to do well for the fans. Klopp as well. He'll really want to win, and they should be favourites as well. They're obviously top of the league. Chelsea are 10th. The gap is ridiculous. They just beat them 4-1 at Anfield. But you know, it's kind of hard to predict the lineups and how these teams are going to play as well, because both teams have a lot of injuries. There's no Diogo Jota, no Trent, no Szoboszlai, no Alisson, and potentially no Jones. I don't know. He's been like substituted off, and kind of people are saying he's injured. I don't know. There's rumours going around. I don't know. We'll find out on the day, I guess. And Chelsea as well. There's no Thiago Silva. Potentially no Robert Sanchez. There's rumours he's coming back into the team, but I don't know if he'll start in the cup final. It's a big risk from Poch to start him, because Petrovic has been doing quite well. We're going to speak about Petrovic later. He I think will be one of the most important players in this tie, as mad as it sounds, but we'll get into that later. And I think no Badiashile as well. I don't think he's going to play. He might be on the bench, but he's also been, you know, in and out of injury, and that makes it hard to predict, you know, how the match is going to go, because it's pretty hard to predict who's even going to start, and that made it hard to do this fucking combined 11 as well. And you know, there is a case for Chelsea. Obviously, they've been doing well. They do well against the big teams. I know they lost against Liverpool at Anfield, but you know, they've just drawn against City. They had 2 draws against City. They beat Tottenham. They drew against Arsenal. They've done okay. They lost to United, obviously. You know, I had to get that in there. Sorry, Chelsea fans, but they do well against big teams. They usually start games well. You can see Poch's coaching has kind of started to work. You know, the players seem to be passing a lot better. They seem to be creating. They create a lot of chances. They just can't take them away. Put them away. They're not clinical, bro. Jackson, you know, he's definitely improved. I think he's adapting more to Poch's system. You know, he seems to be doing better on the eye. When he first came, he was ISO, bro. He looks like such a idiot, bro. He looked like Nunes when he first came, bro. Just running around all over the place. But you know, he seems to have adapted a bit more, but he's still not clinical, bro. You saw against Man City, bro. Chelsea were dominating at the start of the game, and they should have gone up by like 2. They should have scored like 2, but they didn't take their chances. And you saw what happened to City, bro. Them man are inevitable. But you saw, you know, Jackson. Because he's not clinical. It's hard to really back Chelsea too much. But you know, I guess you can say Liverpool's had an extra game midweek. They had Luton. They won, but you know, that's gonna make them more tired. And Chelsea had the full week's rest. You know, no Alisson's huge as well if it goes to penalties, which, spoiler alert, I think it will. And there's no Jota as well, because he's huge as well. He always comes off the bench, saves Liverpool. Arsenal fans know every time Jota plays, apart from this recent game, I think the Carabao Cup a few years ago, you know, I think it was 0-0 Arsenal-Liverpool, and the Jota came off the bench and scored. You know, he always turns up whenever Liverpool need them. He is very reliable off the bench to get those late goals. He usually turns up in big games as well. And obviously no Anfield crowd. You know, the Liverpool fans are going to be there, but it's not Anfield, bro. That stadium's so hard to win there. Wembley makes it, you know, a bit more neutral. I'm sure the Liverpool fans are going to be loud, but, you know, that kind of changes things as well, because that 4-1, I don't think it's a true representation of Chelsea. As much as I did make fun of a lot of Chelsea fans and the Chelsea players about how bad they played, I think they're a lot better than what they showed that day. But realistically, I think Liverpool win this. Salah, Nunes, they've been rested. Salah was obviously injured. He's come back from injury. He was rested midweek for this game. Nunes was also rested this week. They took him off at Brentford at half time. There was rumours saying he's injured, but I think it was just a precaution. He will almost certainly play on the weekend. At least come off the bench. I think they'll both start. And Liverpool's defence as well. When you have Van Dijk and Konate, it's so hard to score against them. Arsenal made it look easy, but apart from that, all the other teams this season in the league have struggled against them, bro. They're just dominant in the air. You can't beat them, bro. Jackson's probably going to struggle against them. And Robertson also came back against Luton. I think he got a couple of assists as well. He's huge for them. Trent's injured, but Bradley's come back. Obviously, after the sad news of his father passing, he's come back and he's again had another impressive performance. And their defense is so strong. It's so hard to score against them as well. And Klopp has been there and done it, or he's literally won everything, bro. He's been there and done it. He's been to Wembley, won at Wembley. Champions League, he's got that. Premier League, he's got that. And whereas Poch, it's Bottler, you can clearly see the manager's huge difference. The thing with Klopp as well, the thing that I rate Klopp as well so highly is that whenever he spots something that's not working, he will change it, bro. He's not afraid to make those substitutions. As you saw when Liverpool played United, it was 0-0. Obviously, he got his tactics wrong that game. I assume he told them because the players were just taking pot shots and it wasn't working. But he made those changes. He brought Aboflah off. He saw he was having a bad game. Said, "No, I'm going to bring him off. I'm going to change the way we play. I'm going to bring on Elliott and Jones." And you saw they changed the game and looked a lot better. But yeah, when you have Klopp, a guy who can make those changes and he can spot when things aren't going well, you have to back Liverpool. And my prediction is, drum roll, a 1-1 draw. After all of that, after all the praise I've given both teams, it's kind of have to be a 1-1 draw. I've looked at their head-to-head. Chelsea haven't beaten Liverpool in years. I think the last time they beat Liverpool was when Mount did Chunkz' celebration. That was like years ago. When Mount did that Chunkz celebration at Anfield, I think they won. It was like 2021. There was no fans, but that was the last time Chelsea beat Liverpool. They usually draw though. Most of the time they'll draw. And I imagine Chelsea, they'll start well, but Liverpool will probably score straight after. And even if they don't, it will get to a point where Chelsea aren't going to be able to dominate the whole game. I just don't think they have the physicality to dominate the whole game. Caicedo and Enzo are good, but they're not. They don't have N'Golo Kante anymore. And Liverpool are they're a tough team to hold on to. You can't really defend the lead against Liverpool. You saw Luton, bro. They went 1-0 at Anfield. It didn't mean shit, bro. Liverpool just came back and said, "No, look at your man, hold that." And Liverpool, their attack is just amazing. Even if Chelsea go 1-0 up, which I think will happen, Liverpool will probably just tire them out. And eventually, with the constant pressure, they'll no doubt put the pressing of Liverpool. They'll make it 1-1. I imagine extra time, there'll be some chances. I hope there'll be some chances. But, I imagine both teams will end up going to penalties. You know what it's like, bro. Extra time, bro, it's actually so boring most of the time. You hardly ever get extra time where something actually happens. They'll for the first half of extra time, there'll probably be chances. Then the second half, they'll just be happy going to penalties. No one's going to want to make that mistake and lose the game. They both rather go to penalties, and then penalties is where it gets very, very interesting for both teams because you've got two goalkeepers, two backup goalkeepers, Petrovic and Kelleher. Kelleher's been there and done it. He won the Carabao Cup last time against Chelsea in that crazy shootout where Kepa sent his penalty to fucking Ro's head, and obviously he's been there and done it. Even though he didn't save any penalties, he still scored his own penalty. And, you can see he didn't let the pressure get to him. He's been Liverpool's cup goalie for a good few years now. I've seen him make penalty shootout saves he's fairly good at penalties. I've heard Liverpool fans say they rate him a lot. I don't know Liverpool fans will say anything about any of their players, but you know, he's been there and done it. Whereas Petrovic is very, very inexperienced. I think he was at the MLS. They got him from the MLS. You know, it's not like, you know, seriously. MLS is seriously, but it's not that serious. You've seen what Messi's doing, bro. Messi with one eye closed is bullying that league. But you saw what happened when they went to Saudi as well. They got popped. I think Inter Miami got popped like 6-1. I was at Nasser or was Al Hilal. But they got popped there, you know. Pedri, he's very inexperienced. You know, he's not been in a cup final before, with Chelsea anyway. And you know, in these finals, you've seen teams that win finals. You've seen Real Madrid; they've been so successful in Champions Leagues. Liverpool as well. You see history, experience, and mentality matters, bro. You saw Kepa; the pressure got to him, bro. He got subbed on, and didn't. And the pressure, he didn't make any saves, he missed his penalty, bro. You can see the pressure is real, bro. You've seen England losing in penalty shootouts how many times, bro? Pressure builds up, and I think that's how I think Liverpool win it on penalties. But, I think if it does go to penalties, their shootout will be, again, really, really good, because both teams have really, really good penalty takers. Liverpool, they've got Salah, McAllister, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Robertson. These guys they've taken so many penalties before. I've seen them, as much as some of these names are, Tsimikas, no one will think about Tsimikas as a penalty taker, but he's a really, really good penalty taker. Chelsea as well, they've got Cole Palmer. People are rating Cole Palmer highly, trying to put him in conversations with Saka and Foden, talking about his England players doing really well. He's not in their level. I don't even want to bring up Saka and Foden because I'm so tired of that conversation. I'm not going to bring it up on this channel, because it's just, if you want to see that combo, just go on Twitter, bro. You'll find it there. But anyway, Palmer, yeah, he's been really good at penalties. And Kunku as well, I've seen him take penalties with Leipzig as well. And so I've seen him take penalties for Chelsea when Palmer isn't playing. Chilwell, I've seen him score penalties in shootouts before. And, that I think it is 1-1. I think Liverpool win on penalties just because of Petrovic, but it will be like a good penalty shootout. I think the penalties we'll see will be good, and it really will come down to just, one of these keepers will make a save and another one won't. I don't think it will be as ridiculous. It won't be like 10-11 where every single player is taking penalties, but, I think it will be Liverpool win on penalties. I was going to go Chelsea, but, you can see, I think experience just matters. It is huge in these cup finals, and I think Liverpool winning, The next segment is going to be about the Champions League, because I've seen a lot of people on the timeline saying, oh, the Champions League's fell off, it's boring, it's this, it's that, and obviously all the first legs are finished now, and they weren't great. I'll be honest, they weren't on paper. They weren't great. A lot of 1-0s, a lot of 1-1s, not a lot of goals at all, apart from the City Copenhagen game, which is kind of led to a lot of people saying, "Oh, the Champions League fallen off. They shouldn't have got rid of away goals." And I'll be honest, I kind of agree. The Champions League was like the first legs were disappointing. There wasn't enough goals, and I do actually like away goals. I love the drama of it. The fact that especially in the second legs, if the away team scores, it could change literally the whole picture of the game, just like that. But, saying it's fallen off is a bit, like, we know, I'm going to get into the reason why. That is clearly just some bullshit narrative that people have made, and I'll explain why, but it's not because of away goals and getting rid of the away goals. That's not the reason why the Champions League has been poor this year. It's caused some teams to sit back, like Atleti and Dortmund. They were both those teams were clearly just trying to get the leg over and just go to their respective home stadiums. You can see Atleti did not care. Inter, they were just sitting back and getting popped, which is fair enough because Inter are a good team. But apart from those two teams, which is always going to happen, even if there were away goals, you always see like Jose Mourinho's Inter, and you always see these defensive teams. It wasn't because of the away goals rule being removed. That's just the way it is. But that's not the reason why it's been poor. The reason why it's been poor is because, just put simply, the best teams in Europe aren't in the Champions League. You know, they're the most attacking teams, the teams that are informed, the teams that are playing well, like Liverpool, like Leverkusen, you know, Sporting Lisbon, and there's no Girona as well. You know, these 4 teams have been, that up there has been scoring some of the most goals in their respective leagues. You know, they play really good football, their managers are rated highly, they score loads and loads of goals, as I said, and they would have, those kind of teams make the Champions League interesting. You know, that's usually how the Champions League usually has most of the best teams. There's always like 1 or 2 teams that miss out, but it feels like this year, so many of the best teams in Europe just aren't there. And instead of these teams, instead of Leverkusen, we get Leipzig and Dortmund, who are just mad inconsistent. You know, we don't have Liverpool, but we have FC Copenhagen instead. Hooray! You know, we don't have Girona, who have been a revelation this season, playing really good attacking football. Instead, we have Atletico Madrid, Diego Simeone, who has actually been playing, fairly attacking football. I'll give him his credit, but you know, they didn't. You can clearly see if Girona had played in Champions League instead of Atleti, they would have actually given it a go, whereas Atleti just sit back. And this is the real reason why the Champions League has not been great. It's not fallen off. It's not like Champions League. It's not because these teams are in there that, you know, it's not the Champions League has not fallen off. It's just, you know, the teams in there aren't doing well this season. They're not the best teams, and some of the other teams that are in there, you know, they have managerial issues as well. Like Barca, Xavi's going to leave at the end of the season. Napoli, they've had 2 manager sacks already this season. You know, that's a joke, by the way. How you can have 2 manager sacks is mental. That's clearly poor ownership. But you know, Bayern as well. Obviously, we spoke about Tuchel. He's going to leave. When you have all these teams with managerial issues, teams that don't play good football, and you have Real Madrid, they have injuries as well. When you have all these things, you put them all together, you're gonna get a shit round of 16. That's just what's happened. It's nothing to do with the Champions League falling off or being dead. It's clearly you man are just getting old. You man are just old and grumpy on the timeline talking about and living in the past with nostalgia. But it's not because it's fallen off. It's just because the teams in it are poor and they're struggling right now. When you have a team that's out of form, they're not all of a sudden just gonna pop 5 goals and, you know, win games 5-0 or have like 3 draws, because, you know, you've got to think a little bit of common sense. But yeah, that's the real reason why Champions League falling off. I just want to mention that because people in the timeline, I hate this stupid Twitter narratives talking about stuff's falling off, or it's not as good as the old days, or football's falling off, or football's not the same, and it's just all a bunch of old people saying we're like falling out of love. Like, you man are just saying that because you've grown up now, and you know life's not the same as when you guys were kids. You know, I kind of low-key agree that football has, you know, it's definitely worse than what it was, but say it's fallen off is a bit much. Yeah, and I think the thing as well, we'll see if it's really fallen off if we get some good ties in the quarterfinals. Obviously, the draw was kind of dead this year in the round 16, but if you guys don't realise, you guys actually think for a second, if the draw is dead in the Champions League and we're getting big teams versus small teams, the big teams should beat the small teams. Guess what? We get big teams in the quarterfinals. We get good matchups. And no one will say it's fallen off when we get these big teams. It's clearly just rival fans, you know, Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, even Man United fans. I'll hold my hand up. You know, even like we're just clearly salty that, you know, our teams are out of competition. We're not there, and you know we're just salty and making up some bullshit narratives. I saw on social media there's going to be a charity match in Qatar with Chunkz versus Aboflah. I don't know who Aboflah is. I assume he's a content creator, but yeah, I saw they're doing a charity match in Qatar. It's on Friday the 23rd. This will probably come out after then, but I don't care anyway. I'm just gonna say it anyway. They're raising money for children's education, which obviously is a good cause, regardless of whether you watch these YouTubers or not, whether you rate them or not. It's still, hopefully, they're gonna raise a lot of money for charity. The squad list though is mental. Like, it's actually ridiculous, bro. Obviously Chunkz and Aboflah are the captains. On Chunkz' team there's Harry Pinero, Andrew Ginge, AJ Shabil, Billy Wingrove, and the pros You've got Roberto Carlos, he's been in loads of charity matches by the way, so that's nothing new. They've got David Villa, they've got Eden Hazard, bro. Eden Hazard, the guy who retired literally a couple months ago, is going to be playing. I saw a training video of him there, he absolutely murked Angry Ginge. He is going to be fun to see him play. And I'm going to put obviously the pictures of both the squad lists on the screen. You can see there's one player with question marks on it. That was a mystery person. That person wasn't up to speed. So you're going to see Speed, Eden Hazard, and AG Shabil on the same pitch. I did not think I'd be seeing that in 2024, but it's crazy world we live in. That these influencers can play with ballers like Eden Hazard. And on Aboflah's team, we've got Sharky, Danny Aaron's there, Philly, and they've also got Drogba, so you can see Drogba versus Hazard. They've got Kaka there, Makalele, and Tim Cahill, bro. These names are actually mental, Obviously, we've seen like Soccer Aid, have these names, but I thought this is slightly better because, Soccer Aid, you see some of the like influencers, like old, washed up TV presenters that no one cares about. They take it too seriously. I feel like these guys aren't going to take it that seriously. Like they're friends. You can see they're all friends at the end of the day, which is better. With Soccer, you can see it feels like them man just use like Chunkz and them man just fuse. They don't play them that much, and you can clearly see none of them really like each other that much. I feel like these guys actually like each other and it should actually be a good bit of fun. The managers as well. So you got Arsene Wenger for Chunkz' team, and they've got Antonio Conte, bro. He just left Spurs like a year ago, and not even a year ago, like a couple months ago, and he's managing Aboflah's team, and the presenters as well. It's darkest and Nella Rosa there. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be live streamed on YouTube as well. Some of the STS guys will be there because STS podcast. You probably would have seen them if you're watching me, I can imagine, because they're the OGs, they're the big bros. They'll probably be covering the game too. I saw this idea on Twitter. Shout out Remedy as well. He made a tweet about football slander names, and I saw some of the names that people put there was too funny. I had to share with you guys, so you'll get the gist of what the concept is when I say the first name. So the first name is for Anthony, we've got 21 average. Fucking hell. Instead of 21 average, you've got 21 average. That's bad, man. Average, but yeah, you understand that. You get the idea there. Then the next one I saw, this one is too funny. It was for Aboflah. They put Dominic Savoy's a liar. Fucking hell, I was such an idiot, man. Whoever made that, I wish I could claim that, but I didn't make it. Whoever made that is too funny. How can you man call him an I Spy song, So Boys Are Liars, too funny. Fuck. This one's my favorite. This one's actually rude. This one for Rwanda Kolo Moani. That man said Rwanda Congo Mali. Fuck off. The man said, nah, you're not French, bro. Thing is, he's actually born in France as well. That man said, nah, we've given you 3 options here, Rwanda, Congo, and Mali, bro. You're not French. Pick one, bro. Man said ABC, bro. Not France? No, sir. Oh my god. The next one, for Rashford, there's an NBA young boy. Oh, fuck off. It's an NBA young boy. That must say NBA young boy. Oh, I put another one. I just put another one for Rashford as well. Someone put Meek Mills. So instead of Meek Mills, I put Meek Mills. No, this the last one I'm gonna say. Yeah, the last one I'm gonna say. This one's just rude. This is not even funny. It's just rude. It's for Lacazette. They put Alexandra lack of threat. No, how can you be a he's a that's because he's a striker as well. How can you be a striker? We call lack of threat, bro. Nah, but shout out Remedy as well for this idea. It's too funny. Well, if you obviously like the video, comment down below. Comment down below your football slander names. There's so many more. I've got a full list of them. We'll do a part 2 if you like the video. Smash the like button. Comment down below some of yours. If you do one that I haven't thought of, I'll credit you, man. Yeah, comment down below your football slander names. And also, obviously, you can do it for managers as well. I imagine you can probably do it for stadiums. I haven't thought too much, but yeah, there's some good ones I saw on that thread. So that thread. So, oh my god, I can't even talk, bro. He's got me lying, bro. The boys are lying. It's actually the funniest thing I've seen. But yeah, that's the end of the ep. Hope you man enjoyed it. Obviously, you just smash the like button, drop a 5-star review, and we'll catch you guys on the next step. Peace.
Falling in love. Yo. First things first, fuck everybody. I learned the hard way, don't put trust in anybody. Getting comments all the time, it was playing with my mind. I was just a kid and no one thought to check up on me. I ain't a fool no more. I'm 20, no, I ain't inside the school no more. AJ and D don't know we ain't cool no more. We ain't cool no more, nah. Why do you wanna take my kindness for weakness? Had to discard all my feelings. It may be hard to perceive all of my past and future achievements. And ever since I lost a couple kilos, the dot come further than Dino. I've come so far and worked so hard, God's my witness, yeah, he knows. I wasn't happy with myself, I was never enough. Conversations with myself, think I'm falling in love. I wasn't happy with myself, I was never enough. I think I'm falling in love. I think I'm falling in love. I think I'm falling in love. I'm falling. I think I'm falling in love. Yeah. I think I'm falling.